you know, yesterday, I didn't until after the fact, the Salt Lake thing. And I was like, well, I didn't see anything in the news because it didn't happen yesterday. It happened a while back, but the DA decided not to prosecute the cops or whatever. And so that was the big, but yeah, going and watching that footage, those cops,
shoot,
I mean, ooh.
They were pushing. Oh my goodness.
But I don't know, did you watch the video of the body cams of the incident?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, the dude, I mean, they were chasing him in 3 different times. I mean, he had the gun and had it in his waistband in 3 different times. I mean, if I would have been the cop, I would either stop chasing the dude or I would have shot sooner, because there was enough times where once he dropped the gun and went and grabbed it, I mean, that had been...
Right. You gotta stop that right away.
They're in a terrible, terrible position.
Yeah.
I would hate to... You know, I don't forgive them for everything, but I know for myself, when I was younger, and I wasn't like criminal type kid, but I was a kid that got in plenty of trouble. I mean, reckless driving, speeding all the time, and I used to think like Kroll and county sheriffs were just so overbearing and now it's weird. I don't break the law anymore, and I don't have a lot of problems with the cops.
Right.
I mean,
I feel the same way. I haven't got pulled over or nothing for so many. Well, knock on wood. I've had so many years. Like I don't get worried or stressed or anything when I see cops anymore. It's like, this is nice.
I know the biggest thing for me is I'm pretty much always carrying, and like the ranch pickups all have, half the time I'll be like, I don't even know exactly what's in here, but I know there's one in the gun rack. There's probably there might be a pistol in the middle console, you know, and so I get I don't want any. You know, stuff where like just you know, I'll let you go if you give me a little bit of that blow that you had in your pocket or some of your money. You know, I mean,
sure.
You know, it's some of these hills these guys. Fire, and then down here everything's so windy, so shit me. If I was here in my drive wherever,
definitely
hesitant to event in our I mean, and it's just this little town of like 400, and that weekend, you know, there's 2,000 people in town.
Right, yeah, you know? They're awesome, man. I freaking love those things. Go to more combine derbies. This is awesome.
Yeah, there's been there hasn't been a lot, you know, a lot of events.
Yeah.
One of our little local communities, 4th of July weekend, we had a bunch of people got together and just said, you know what? We're not supposed to have large gatherings. We're not supposed to be doing this. And we just basically said, fuck it.
Yeah.
And we had a rodeo, 2-night rodeo and a parade.
Oh, nice.
And we didn't. Nobody, one person like our sheriff. He's been pretty good about. He's like, look, I'm not gonna arrest people for not wearing a mask. I mean, that's just stupid.
Right.
He's like, I'm not telling them to not wear it, but I'm not gonna. And so, like them, normally they would they would have some of their rigs in the parade. They didn't have that, but they were there kind of as security. Mm-hmm. I mean, they chance participating. I was really glad, and they told people, they had free masks available, right. So nothing going on.
Dang, the Renegade Rodeo.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And now we're, I sure hope, because our county's been one of the bad counties as far as positives. Okay. So I sure hope, of course there was all those people are going to die, and I hope we don't have any kind of spike or anything because of it.
Right.
I know for me, it was a little different. I mean, I didn't use the public bathrooms, the outhouses there. I peed next to the pickup and had, and I mean, I carried a little, but I didn't, so these other guys here, so the combine is out. We'll get down here where we can see.
You always got to take your precautions, that's for sure, do what you can do.
Yeah.
Always out there grinding.
So I'm guessing you can see the width of that thing, like he's cutting like 30 feet per pass. And that machine separates the grain.
Oh, does it all?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I just cut it down.
And then that machine out there right now it's got right behind the cab, that kind of circular looking thing is a big tank, and it's filling up. And what'll happen, and that's this guy's waiting. This is called it's got different names depending on part of the country. It's a grain cart. He'll come along in that like tube sticking out of the combine. Mm-hmm. You'll see when he gets up there, he'll start pouring it, unloading into him. Probably keep going as they're doing it, and then that guy will come and dump it into the truck.
And he'll take his ass over to that.
Yeah, and it used to be. I mean, it used to be. The combine would, like, if he was full right now, he would come to the truck, but it's one of those another efficiencies deals where this way that combine does not stop. He just keeps on rolling, and I'm sure that's why that guy's waiting, because he probably doesn't have enough capacity to make it to the very end. So I think that guy's probably waiting to pull under him.
Damn, that's a lot of land.
Yeah. Most of these guys are, I would guess most of these dryland guys are the vast majority long time.
Definitely.
It would be virtually impossible, even if you were the superest farmer in the world, to buy one of these places at today's prices and come out and buy the equipment and do all the stuff and come out here.
You couldn't do it.
You'll never make it.
Gotcha.
The land's has become worth so much for a few different reasons that, I mean, just the chance. Yeah, see, he's taking, so you watch, he'll start where that black, see it's starting to come out. CB radios. So a lot of times you know which farms on which channels, and you can switch around and look. And some of the best, you get like two brothers doing that job right there, or a husband and wife.
Thought they were talking trash.
Oh man, sometimes there's some great conversations. You know, because that's why slow down? You're too far ahead. Go faster. You just bitch. It's fine.
Right, that's awesome.
It's awesome. It cracks me up when I see him now.
Damn, now he's done.
Folding back, and then I don't know. I can't tell.
Boom, he's out of there.
If he'll go to dump into the truck, usually because he on the front of where it says the Kinsey. See, he's got a tube that has to. You'll see here. It like folds. It'll closer from that actually. It'll like fold up.
Oops. Hey, Mod, did I accidentally just ban somebody? Oopsie. Did I accidentally ban somebody? Could you unban whoever I banned? That was an accident.
So you have pretty good service up here?
Yeah, it's okay.
We used to have going through that canyon, not so good.
Yeah.
But up here was usually pretty decent. Well, yeah, and then, you know, think about the wildest thing to me to think about the old days is at some point they had more guys just to get the horses.
Oh, yeah, the horses, that's right.
Get the teams hooked up to the shit in the morning. That took more guys now, you know, than to do.
How are you guys today?
Good. How are you?
Doing all right so far.
We're not like Peter or anything. We just I used to come down and haul for Steve over here some, and Andy here's from Portland, and we met in Arlington for some stuff. And I was like, well, it's about the time of the year. And I saw a couple of the trucks going in the elevator. I said, we'll run up there, and we might be able to see somebody actually operating. So.
Yep. No, I'm excited to take pictures.
How's your yields?
Good.
Were you guys pretty dry early on though, or?
Yeah, it didn't rain here January, February. March.
Yeah, same. I'm from Connell, Washington, north of the Tri-Cities, and I thought our wheat's going to be done up there. It's not going to be good, and then it came late, just in time, and filled heads. We're ways, but it's. I don't think it's going to be too bad.
No, I bet not. No, it's a lifesaver getting that.
Go ahead.
So what do you guys get at here?
We're getting just a little over 70 here.
Really?
So,
Yeah.
Well, big out of the road here comes one.
Yeah. All right. Good talking to you. Have a safe harvest.
Wow. A little over 7, that's what you were saying earlier, right?
What's that?
Was that what you were saying, how much they get per barrel? Or
70 bushels.
Oh, 70 bushels.
Per acre. So that's 70, that's 4,200 pounds. A bushel.
72 bushels.
A bushel's 60 pounds, basically.
Oh. Okay.
Actually, I should clarify that. A bushel is actually a volume. It's,
right, it's a space.
Cubic volume.
Right.
If the wheat is right, that a level one of those should weigh 60.
Gotcha.
They have what's called some wheat will be 58, some will be 61.
Makes sense.
Probably not even that much difference.
Gotcha.
And then that's a part of their grade.
And they all grow the same type of wheat?
Yeah, okay. Here it is. I mean, for the most part, some other places, like you get up north of me, and this is all winter wheat, like they'll plant, those dirt fields will get planted in probably right around Labor Day, first week of September. both winter and they have some spring wheat where they don't plant the wheat till like March, and then it
just pops right up.
Yeah.
Quick as heck.
But yeah, 70 bushel. I mean, you know, no irrigation, no. You know, you're totally relying on Mother Nature's mercy of the rains coming. Like he said, we were kind of the same way. We had a very, very dry winter. January, February was one of the driest we've had, and then April, May. Interviewed by most of those guys that have them. The problem that's almost looks, I don't know, it's saturated. There's a bunch of people doing it. And I think you do a really good job both within your show of, like, that's what pissed me off that night, those guys, then when they re-confronted you, and they're all like, wow, yeah, you're all that one, the older guy with kind of the red pun, some shit, and you just fell hook, line, and sinker for it.
Right. Without even...
And to me, you do a good job of, you know, I mean, calling out the obvious without, nobody feels like, you know, like you're an all cops are bastard. Nobody thinks you're a proud boy either.
Right.
You know? I mean,
because, you know, that's basically where I'm at.
Yeah, exactly.
All cops aren't bastards.
No, and that's sure. and those are the kind, like, my latest kind of kick I've been on, smartass on Twitter has been hashtag Larry Gets. Been joking that I'm becoming a social justice warrior. Learned that we should never judge a whole group of people on the actions of one. I also learned this cool new chant, A-C-A-B, all cops are bastards. And people respond to that, you know? Because that's my thing. I'm like, see, this is the kind of bullshit. And that don't fly with me. You have your difference of opinion.
Exactly, yeah.
But don't...
they're so hypocritical on the situation.
Yeah, and be a thinker. That's what I... If somebody has points and has done some research and come to a different... I get it. We all grew up with different backgrounds. Your life experiences, you know, have an effect on how you know, I mean...
Definitely.
Black Lives Matter or...
Right.
Policemen. And you can tell the difference between the ones who have some facts and formed.
And that's one thing I like Villain, because he's articulate in a lot of his.
He does
well knowledge, you know?
and he does a good job of 4 or 5 questions in. You can tell whether that person is a difference of opinion because of a thinker or because of a sheep. He naturally gets them to expose themselves. Last night, the 2 guys he was sitting with, the one dude that he was more focused on, that guy had some articulation, and you could see he had thought about some things, and, you know, hey, did you see these, you know, or the other dude was just kind of like, oh, right, all cops are bad, and, oh, I'm half Islam, half Christian.
Yeah, that was interesting.
You know, and you're like, fuck, dude. You have no idea what you're mad about.
Yeah, but you're mad.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. I have long been a proponent of we all have tough situations and bad days and this and that. I mean, that's being a human.
Mm-hmm.
But I see so many people that, in my opinion, if they made half the effort to find the good in their life and they're happy, that they do at being mad and unhappy, they'd get it. And there's a lot of factors. I mean, what I see a lot of people is that whole keeping up with the Joneses. They're looking at their neighbor. They have a new car, so far. Like, somehow they feel lower if they don't match it.
Right.
I don't know why. Part of it is I grew up poor. I tell people all the time, I said, the difference is we grew up poor. The difference is nobody told us we were poor. And everybody around us was the same, so we didn't know any better.
Right, that's the same way.
No.
My family, not me personally, but my generations before me, they're all, working on the farm. They didn't know anything.
There was no KKK guys to say that we're poor because of the black man, and there was no Al Sharpton telling us we were poor because the white man took all our money. No, we just
worked.
We just did life, and that's I think that's the big thing is how many people just like what they aspire to be. They want to be they want to be Stephen Curry, or they want to be Kanye, or that and the reality of, don't you want to just live a good, what's wrong with a decent, simple life where
you wake up, you're happy?
Yeah, I mean,
you get through the day?
It's I don't know. That's and
but they do want that with the universal basic income, but they don't really understand how that all works. How it's all gonna get paid for.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly. I mean and then I don't think a lot of those people really realize there comes a point where if you're one of those people that they're taking, you say, well, my analogy I always use is kind of being in school. In school could kind of show up and run with B's. I could really work my ass and maybe get an A or better. And what did I do most? I pretty much rolled with B's and pocket. That's good enough.
Right.
But if they're going to start taking a quarter of the A grades and giving some of that to the people with D's and F's, then I'm damn sure going to stay in the B column. There's no reason to go, why strive to build anything or make anything? At some point you say, and I think to some degree we've had that as a country, that we've got to where it's a little too comfortable to not do anything. And to me, I know everybody's situation is different. From everything I've seen in life, you don't have to go crazy, but you got to show up and participate a little bit. And it seems to me life, I know for me one big thing is I'm so glad I worked the level and the hours I did when I was really young, because it's allowed days like today where I just, hey, I'm gonna go meet Andy and take him some beef. I have too many friends that are my age, and they have to work as hard now as they did at 20, but they didn't work that hard at 20.
Right.
But they, and so that's so you've been streaming about.
So this is 3 years.
3 years.
This is my third year. It'll be 4 years coming up October.
So I was there the day when you crossed the 10,000.
Okay.
And I see you're getting close to 11.
Close to 11.
On mine it says 10.9, so I don't know if that's really 901 or 99.
It's 200. And then I went and saw that guy that I told you about, who I watched stream.
Oh, okay.
I went and saw him, and then I went 2,000. And then I kind of went to some like I was like doing my live stream every and Patriot Prayer,
Right,
and
right.
the Proud Boys, and I didn't know anything about any of that stuff. So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go down there and see what the heck's going on. So I started filming all that stuff and went to like 6,000, and they're at around 6,000. I stayed for the longest time until this
And then it
this one. It just went nuts because I was early on with the multi streams, and people were just super interested, and they got a whole bunch of shares from people all over. So it just blew up between 6 to 10. And now it's just gonna like exponentially grow, I think.
I think so too. I mean, most nights, you know, I share the channel that, because you know, obviously there's people that are not as interested and want to watch for hours on end.
Sure.
But I'm like, because when I'll say something from a live stream like I've seen, you know, something happen, something funny or something. Well, where are you watching this? And I'm like, oh,
yeah, right.
And you know, I think you do the perfect level of too many aggregate live streams that I've watched in the past have either right wing or left wing Nazi mods, and they kind of
shut everybody else down.
You seem to. And your mods seem to, unless somebody goes way over the top, and I like that. I mean, just, you know, and a lot of times some of those people that are way over the top, if you just ignore them once or twice, that's all it takes for them to move on.
Exactly. And if everybody talk, we have something to learn from somebody.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the whole thing, and I tell myself that's why a lot of why I'm for a lot of those people, I'm trying to figure out, how did you ever get to where you're at? I mean, because you know it has to do with your raising, you know it has to do with your life experiences, you know there's a million factors, but I'm like, how did you come to that? Because I'm like, I don't want to be demeaning, but some people, it's like, to me, you just sound so batshit crazy. And I'm like fascinated how you ever got there. But a lot of those people who are what I call the thinker types and articulate about it, from both sides of the spectrum, you notice the more they do chat, like with somebody like Dylan, you find out that they're a lot closer to the middle than they started out.
Yeah,
if
they have a lot more in common than they do not in common.
Then you get the ones that are just the sheep. You can tell because they stay in those spots. You can interview them for 3 hours and give them whatever, but they stay on those.
Yeah, they're not going to listen to your facts, your numbers, or anything. Just because they just want to believe what they want to believe.
And then the whole facts thing. I mean, the beauty, that's what I love about Twitter, is like news is instant.
Yeah.
But I myself got caught up watching hashtags, especially middle of the night. Boom, something's out there, you go check it out. That first hour or so, be real careful with what you say. That
a lot of false info flying.
Yeah, I really the night of the Vegas shooting. I mean, now the plus side was, between Twitter, Reddit, that the actual guy's name was out in the thing 5 or 6 hours before any news place.
Yeah.
And of course they gotta wait till they know for sure. But
it's amazing how quick the internet's on it.
It is.
It
is unbelievable how wow. Yeah, that is amazing to me. I mean, but I saw it like the night with the car in Seattle. Scrolling my Twitter feed the next morning, I see people, hey, and everything from, did you see a white supremacist went through, to, did you see some ex-protester got mad? I mean, there was all kind, and I'm like,
This guy was driving the wrong way down the freeway.
Yeah, and
purposely. I was like, what the heck?
And I don't know why. When that happened that night, and I'm still trying to figure out why I thought this. I go, maybe because I like irony, amusement, or something. But I was like, I already felt like, I go, I think for some reason I felt this is going to be a black person for some reason.
You just knew it.
I thought it might be a woman, like a jilted, because Seattle, they've got all kinds, but it looks to me like that group of whatever gender, whatever group, they kind of got the control up there.
Yeah,
where
it seems that way.
Portland, nobody's coalesced around one thing yet.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed the other night the Rose City Justice, who first time I'd even heard of them, they on Twitter were saying the Portland Protest Bureau is working with the cops, and then there was all the argument.
Then we saw it all unfold on the live stream.
It did.
It's like, what the heck is this?
And that's what where I got to with Occupy and watching it. Once I said, these things some have longer life than others, but they all end up dying from the inside out.
Yeah, because there's no real leaders that take charge.
And everybody's got a different, some people are police brutality, some people are Black Lives Matter, some people, Portland's got the people out there, they just want to fuck shit up. They want to go party and fuck shit up. And it eventually, and then you got people that are flat out there, and I don't blame them for this. If you're going to be out there, you might as well trying to find a way to get their Venmo filled.
Right, definitely. That they're selling shirts or
whatever. And I don't have a problem with that, because that's America. That's the best part of America.
That's entrepreneurship.
Yeah, you
take control of a situation.
I actually was trying to find, just for a smartass, when some of this stuff started on these monuments and statues, I tried to look online. I wanted to order a Confederate flag with the Black Lives Matter logo over top of it.
With the power fist? Yeah.
And be like, we'll make everybody happier, man.
Get them all worked out.
There's something right there, the flag thing. That I had never really thought or gave two shits one way or the other about a Confederate flag. I never really, I just never. And there's a perfect example that I feel like the same people who, they say, well, that represents slavery and oppression, and okay, let's say I agree with them on that. So that all needs to go away. Those same people will justify burning the U.S. flag, and I don't have a problem. That there's a line where I run into, like, my veteran friends. They really have a problem. I don't like it, but I don't think if somebody wants to do it, if they're stealing it from somebody, it's different.
Exactly. If it's their flag, you can do what you want with it. That's how I feel too.
But those same people will justify burning the American flag and say, well, it's just a piece of cloth, it doesn't mean anything. Well, how does one mean XYZ and this one means nothing? I mean, you don't get those kinds of games. I won't. I don't play that way. We all have hypocrisies.
Definitely.
I mean, and I've been really with the internet, really have worked a long time to find mine and get rid of those. Think my way around it and take because I notice, I know I didn't agree with them 100%, but, I made one trip I didn't make a trip to Malheur, but I made a trip to Bunkerville.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when that was going on, it had part of this federal grazing and some of the oversight. It had stuff that I had seen myself. Government.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought it was all about this, right? The grazing and the farmland.
But just like that, when I went, I saw two things. I had a lot of agreement with those guys on some of the things, but I could never quite be, you could see right away, A lot of that was LDS Mormon based.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. You can kind of be an ally, but you'll never. You know that there was. You could tell a thing, and but anyway, so like when they were at Malheur. Was I'm like, okay, I'm sitting here going, okay, FBI, don't get too crazy on these guys. I don't agree with them 100%, but there's no reason to go in there guns a-blazing.
Right.
And at the same time, I'm watching a protest and watching a city cop bust a head on a hipster and be like, ah! And I'm like, that's, I can't, that's not right. I mean, I mean, it's different, but it's not. It's
sure.
You can't. And I know the big with me is the people that like usually love the unions the most, and then it's those strong union cops batting on them. And I'm
exactly.
Like, holy smokes, people!
You're like, I have my job tomorrow. Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and I wonder sometimes about that with some of this funding and stuff. I mean. I know they're out there in the middle of the night, but the amount of time that they're just sitting in their time compared to when they're out doing a police line or whatever, and those guys got to be a little bit like, why would we want this to go away?
Yeah, you're right.
They got to be
like,
making some bucks.
Oh, we don't got to go outside today? Okay,
yeah,
let's sit inside.
I mean, and at the same time, I wouldn't want their job either.
For sure.
I could never stand there. The verbal,
Dude, when I heard...
Suck my dick from the back.
Yes, suck my dick from the back. Yesterday, they had Officer Johnson. He was speaking to the board. It's on KGW's YouTube. And he just explained it all really good. He was very articulate, and it's just the way people are treating him. Even these kids calling him as a black officer, calling him some of the worst names, and having feces and piss thrown at you night after night. It's like, no, dude, no, thank you. I want to go. Knock one of those kids out,
I would lose it. I mean, there's something to be said about driving them crazy by just ignoring them, but at some point, and that's. That night with the car in Seattle, honestly, it took 2 weeks longer than I thought. Not necessarily that type of situation, but the nights when they were just running out, stopping the whole freeway.
Yeah.
I was like, one of these nights, either somebody's going to, pull an AR out from behind their back seat and just lose it, or they're going to lose it with their car and just hit the gas.
Yeah.
I've been a little shocked that it, because again, those people talk about how angry they are with it. Especially the guy who's, or woman, whatever, that are just going about their everyday life, and then if they got to park somewhere for 2 hours,
right,
and they're 20 minutes from home.
Yeah.
And that's another thing, though, that kills some of these protests, in my opinion, is when this George Floyd thing started, they had 95% of the world on their side, I think.
It seemed that way, definitely.
I mean,
yeah, it was, but then it just got to the point.
They've kind of lost the crowd through their...
Even black leaders are fed up.
Because...
Like, oh my goodness.
And in some ways, depending on how some of this stuff shakes out, I mean, I did see that they actually did the vote on the Seattle defunding.
Right, 50%.
And what I wonder sometimes, how much that's going to be, well, instead of calling this the gang unit, we're going to call it the youth outreach. The money's still going to... But I was like, how are we going to have... We're going to have a citizen 911?
Right.
Operators?
Citizens on patrol. It's like the police academy.
Where I live, I can listen to the Seattle scanner, and it's not going to negatively or positively affect me in any other way besides humor.
Yeah.
But I don't think this is going to work very...
I mean, it would work for like the smaller towns.
Yeah.
But not for cities when you have people just stacked on top of each other and so much going on. You need to have proper communication. You have skilled people out there.
And that is some of the problem. I mean, I can't imagine myself at this point in life living where, you know, like I have a backyard fence and I look over it and there's my neighbors. And my closest neighbor's house is from, you know, here to the gas station, you know. I mean, it's not hundreds of miles or anything, but it's
a ways.
Not. Yeah, it's all the different dynamics. And then, obviously, the COVID has a part of this. People, nothing to do.
Yeah, there's no clubs, no nothing, everything's no bars.
And then if they had a job and they're getting that extra money, not only do you have nothing to do, you've got money to.
Yeah, you're living better than you were working.
We my wife and I, we always knew it. We've been shocked how much our bank account's been better just from the not going out to eat.
Yeah.
We don't have any kids at home. Our one daughter's there, you know, 3 days a month here and there, but we don't have any, you know, we haven't. And so a lot of nights we go out to dinner. And we haven't been doing that, and all of a sudden, man, look how much money we got in our account.
It's amazing, you know, go out for dinner.
Unbelievable.
You know, for me and her, you know, get a couple of drinks and a little bit of video poker here and there. It's okay, I do this every weekend, okay. So much, we save so much money.
There's one that I know when I used to come down here that made me laugh. There's one little deli, and they got just like a little separate bar over here. And the whole, they got just a little room with like 4 video poker machines, but they got to have the curtain there.
Oh, right.
And I'm like, yeah, because, you know, if a 9-year-old sees one of those machines, obviously they're going to have I'm like.
You're going to pull that 20 out of their pocket?
Oh, shit. I mean, all right. I mean, we're not, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like how dangerous is it, really? And then you get, you know, like the difference in these. I know it used to be like with the strip clubs. You never wanted to go to Seattle because you couldn't have alcohol if you had stripping, and then it was only topless.
Portland's where it's
at. Go to Portland, hey, I mean,
it was everything.
Yeah, and whatever.
In the late 90s, early 2000s, it was like no holds barred.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Yeah,
I mean, like wilder than Vegas, really. And that like keeps going, maybe going down there.
Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's only $150 to fly there. That'd been a nice flight for this today. But we'll see how it goes through the weekend. I don't know. There might be something happened somewhere else. After, you know,
it's hard telling. I know. I'm actually pumped about Seoul being at a Trump rally.
That'll be interesting and fun.
Especially the dude that was like, I don't even know where New Hampshire is. Like, type of like, dude, I don't know.
You're gonna fit right in, my friend.
Yeah. And that I've been to New Hampshire. It's kind of an interesting state because, you know, they got their "Live Free and Die" as their their slogan, and in a lot of ways it is, and yet it still has that northeastern U.S. little bit of liberal lean too. It's the general population there. I don't know. There was a lot I liked about it, and some of it I'm like, you people are weird. I mean, just, you know, but just like where I live, I mean, people are amazed. My county's, I don't know where, but it's over 50. It's somewhere between 50 and 55% is Hispanic.
Oh, wow.
Mostly
for the field
anywhere from undocumented to 3rd or 4th generation. I mean, it's just because there's apples and there's you know, cherries and and food processing and you know, some of these things. Well, I had an apple orchard for 15 years, so I had a short day. We'd have 20 guys.
Mm-hmm.
And in the middle of harvest, we'd have 200.
Oh, wow. Shit.
And most of them were undocumented with a piece of paper that by law I had to take because they presented it to me and it had shit on it.
You can work? All right, get out. Get on the truck.
At the same time, you're looking at it going, there's no way this is valid.
Mm-hmm.
But if we actually ran into a deal where we actually had to pay a fine on some people that we decided not, and they were good.
Oh, really?
So,
oh, wow. Oh, wow.
You know, and I saw both ends of that. That place that I had, one of the first guys I hired, and he was 19 in 1993. He runs that place now. He was a 19-year-old kid, fresh up here, 10th grade education from Mexico. He runs that place. He's got his own house. He's got 2 duplexes. But he got here. He kind of helped me with my Spanish. I helped him with his English. He got his GED. You know, he went to school afterwards, worked a lot of hours, stayed out of jail, didn't knock up any girls until he got married. And then he, you know, and I mean, a real American dream success story.
Yeah, the American dream, exactly.
And,
that's what it sounds like.
And people say, you know, and then there was, I found that you take the cross-section of 100 group of people, and you got 10 that are just, like, above and beyond. Hardworking, contribute to the community, good people, whatever. You got 10 that are just rotten pieces of shit. Just really of zero use to society. And those other 80 in the middle trade between number 11 and 79, depending on the day. You know, they just kind of go through life and whatever. And every time I do that analogy, my wife's always like, well, where are you? And I'm like, I try to hang around that somewhere between 53 and 47, baby. I don't want this right in that meaty part. I know I'm not one of the top 10. I'm not a rotten piece of shit. But, and all of it's fine. But that's true if you, I think if you took 100 black people in Detroit, 100 white people in Alabama, 100 Hispanic people in California, whether they're in El Monte, California, or whether they're field workers in Bakersfield. That's just the world. People.
So, people are people.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's what I'm trying to. It's like just people are people.
Yeah.
And that's all it is.
You just. So I just like today, I was like, no, here's 20 years ago, I would have never thought to do something. You know, I might have watched your channel, but I was like, no, I saw you grilling, trying different beef. I was like, no, this would be.
Yeah.
Give him.
And we'll give her one. This would be amazing. She
I just, the other night when she was saying them, and I was like, well, I know I've got some extra briskets, because like I said, it's down my list.
That's so awesome.
And so do with them what you will.
Yeah, we do appreciate it. I'll make sure she gets hers, and I'll make sure she posts a video on her channel.
Yeah, like I said, whatever.
Because she makes she's a great cook. She knows she is the meat queen, so it would be good. Good stuff. Hell yeah. We do appreciate it, though. You should definitely get your weekly rant.
Well, yeah, and actually, it's at some point, and I don't, because I know a lot of it, things that you probably don't want to, and I don't think probably need to be shared with the general people, but some questions about. I have a few accounts that I've followed a long time. There's a Canadian trucker, long haul trucker that I follow. I've watched that guy go from, I think I was like in the 2000s when I started following him. He's at like 27,000.
Oh, wow.
So I'm a little curious about, what level something I learned the other night, and you might be able to tell me if this is true. Somebody told me that when somebody hits the thumbs down, as far as your monetization, that's just as good as somebody with the thumbs up. Is that correct?
I don't know how that works. That's what I've heard by a lot of people, that it's still an engagement.
You're right.
Either way, so it's just going to help that. It has nothing to do with the monetization. Only has to do with like whatever you say on your stream that can affect your monetization.
Right. As far as, but I mean,
but for engagement, I think it helps engagement.
Do you like have? I mean, obviously there's some control because you can monetize or not. But once you monetize, YouTube takes care of what ads pop up for you or whatever. You don't. I mean, you don't get to say no. I won't do that. It's just whatever they. But on the flip side is, the more of those that run that people watch through, then that helps you as far as your
exactly.
And then is it like weekly, monthly?
Monthly.
Yeah. And I'm not looking to make it a full-time gig. I'm just it's one of those things of, like you said, I've got a base. I mean I've got and I didn't buy any of those followers. There was a time where
I went to your page. I was like, oh man, you got a lot of followers. You got a lot of information here.
And it's changed over time. I started it with was like, this is just going to be kind of an educational for people that don't know, like somewhere where they can go to get the real truth about cattle ranching. And then the other side was, I fought with the animal rights vegans all the time. I argued and fought with them, and I was like, most of those people, they're set in their ways. They're a small percentage. I'm wasting my time here. I'm better off people like this, people who are eating, engage with them, promote them, get them to maybe do a little more than the person who's, for whatever reason, decided, because they're pretty set.
Right. You actually, you definitely you can engage more people this way.
Yeah.
Like, then I'm like, this meat's amazing. And then go try your local rancher meat, gosh darn it.
and how many people, it's that whole thing. Going on the internet and thinking you're going to swing a bunch of people's ideas or political opinions.
It's not.
You're really wasting your time.
Exactly.
And I've learned that I get every once in a while certain people just whatever I say they're gonna. And I've learned to, at least on Twitter, I don't hardly ever block anybody. I'll either put them on mute so they can keep ranting, and then but I don't see it.
Oh, gotcha.
That seems to bother them more than blocking them. But a lot of times I just don't answer.
Don't engage,
I just don't engage. They're just not worth.
That's all they want is the reaction.
Yeah, and there's some people you go through and their whole stream, they have no original posts of their own. They're all replies, and they're all anger, and I'm like, teach their own.
Right.
It's your account, do it. But I'm like, well, I don't get that. I mean, I don't. But this, and I think this protesting stuff can go on the rest of my life, and I'll never 100% quite figure it out. No. I mean, I get the base.
I get it too, but then when you start looking at the other side and the numbers and all this, it's like, wait, then it doesn't really make sense.
You made a point the other night, the whole and our demand, and you're like, they have no cards.
Yeah.
I mean, you can demand whatever, but and really think about it.
You're not the Hiltons.
Yeah.
You're not going to pull out of your fucking hotels in downtown Portland.
If you were able to make demand, you'd never have to do the get out of your house and into the streets.
Right.
The house would be empty and with you.
Right.
And they get all excited. We had over 1,000 people. Oh, in a greater metropolitan area of how many million?
Right.
Fuck. I mean, I probably, I don't know. Was it an event? Yeah. Did you have a fair amount of people? Yeah.
Did you get anything done?
Yeah, did it really? And then,
it's unfortunate sometimes, exactly.
And that was what really, I will say, the internet and live streaming totally changed and opened my eyes. With Occupy, I would see a live stream and see an incident.
Mm-hmm.
Two guys got in a fight over a girl and whose tent she was gonna, whatever. I'm just using an example.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe somebody pulled a gun or whatever. A little flash in time, 5-10 minutes, but somebody live streamed the situation. And then I'd go the next day and I'd go see what CNN had for a headline, and go see what Fox had for a headline,
mm-hmm.
and go, you both lying fuckers.
Yeah,
you both took the bit of it that best suited your people and your viewers, and I'm not saying you lied, but you damn sure slanted, and you damn sure, and I'm like, and that's where I got where this is, in these events, the live stream is the place to be, because you see it.
Yeah.
The thing the other night with the guy shooting the gun the next day. Anywhere from like.
Thank you very much, PortlandAndy. Thank you very much, PortlandAndy. These are all great people.
To the other of, guy goes crazy and shot 5 people basically. No. So it is kind of funny how they, the difference of how the mainstream media presents it after the fact.
Yeah. Bless our farmers. Ranch lives matter. Thank you, Althea, for those. Definitely. I'm not sure why I didn't talk it up, but thank you. Yeah, he knows a lot. You're right, guys. He's been doing his whole life.
I've just always been an information person. That's what when the internet came, that I was like, this, I love it. I mean, because even stuff I disagree with or don't, I always used to, before the internet, I'd go to the library and I would get 3 or 4 nonfiction books. One might be on whaling, one might be on shoguns of Japan, and one might be on French pastries. Because I just wanted something, if it had any interest, and maybe I'd read 4 pages and be like, fuck this.
Right.
But the world's, the hashtag I use more than any, and kind of became a joke with a lot of my followers, is I use hashtag the world is my amusement park. Because people are always looking for humor, or it's everywhere. But you gotta pay attention. People get these little blinders in their life, and they're not looking around.
It's exactly. It's like it's everywhere.
A lot of the best things in life, good, bad, and amusing, you just watch humans. I mean,
oh yeah, it's wild.
Like in an airport,
in the mall.
I love when people, it sucks, I got a 4-hour layover. I'm like, God, I wish I had an 8-hour layover. Let's see more, because you'll see anything from, some, like in a mall, you see the Antifas and you see the Amish. You see how they interact and and it's just, I don't know. I love the information. It's cool. But yeah, I will definitely, keep sharing, and
I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm gonna make this brisket. This will be amazing. But we got it hooked up today, guys. Oh my goodness, we got so hooked up.
Yeah, no, that's and I think a lot of, there's people doing what I'm doing, because I don't do a lot of direct sales. Most of my animals get sold in the commodity live market. I mean, I don't do a lot of direct to consumer things. I'm not against it. It's just, Is there some extra money there? Sometimes yes, but then you have multiple customers, and so wants. You know, some people it's hugely what grade is it? Some people, you know, and trying to sell the whole animal.
Right.
Getting rid of hamburger and getting rid of steaks.
Yeah, but there's no problem, right?
That's never.
But it's the rest of it. Take the rest of it.
Getting rid of
the hooves.
I mean
everything.
You know.
I get you.
A beef head in my area is $35.
Right. Okay.
Okay. When your margin is $100, you don't just throw that $35 head in the trash because nobody. But you got to have somebody that wants to buy it.
Right.
Tongues, livers.
Right. It all works.
So somewhere that's somebody wants it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't just. Part of it, like I said, growing up poor, we had to eat it. I don't hate beef liver, but I probably eat it once every 5 years. I mean, I don't like it. So yeah, it's that's the tough part of that business.
Right,
is trying
totally
to
makes sense.
And then you know, you either got to get big enough that you have that kind of everything in stock,
mm-hmm.
or you're small enough where you're selling at least a half a beef to somebody.
Right. And
that works good if you can get somebody to do it, but one, they got to have freezer space. Two, they got to, you know, this guy does this vacuum packing.
Mm-hmm.
That's tight. That is, this guy that I have do this, I'd put him against any packaging in the. I mean, they do a great job. But you got to use it within a reasonable amount of time, and then, you know, it's a lot of money.
Yeah,
to
definitely.
You know, to go buy that much at once. A lot of people can't just, you know.
But it's sure, in the long run, it sure pays.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
The more that I think about it, the more that I'm learning all about it, I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is.
No, it's by far, it's by far the way to go, for sure. I mean, if you have people in your life and you're using, you know, that's
definitely
for sure the way to go. And you get with somebody, and I mean, can't think of somebody right off the top of my head. I can think of one guy that would know. I mean, I can find somebody within 30 miles of your place doing what I'm doing that would, you know, work through the thing with, be fair, you know. I mean, because that's the other thing too. There's, just like anything, there's people out there selling some stuff that they're representing it one way and it's not.
Exactly.
I mean, this is, you know, full grain-fed commodity. I mean, this is it's not just grass-fed. It's grain-fed, but it's this is all, and not really for any particular reason. And actually, we're kind of maybe getting away from it. I'm in a no growth hormones and antibiotic system that I sell most of my live animals through. Now, on the flip side, if we have something that needs antibiotics because of a wound or pink eye, we give it. And then we mark that animal, and then it goes in a different channel. But just like that, that was a big thing for a while. There was a premium. Now so many people are doing it, it's basically on par.
Oh, gotcha.
So
level itself out.
I mean, we won't change anything. Like I said, we were never the type like, well, you've got an injury. You know, we do not want to see an animal uncomfortable.
For sure.
So, I mean, so we have to. There was a time, okay, you give that one shot antibiotic, and by rule, you can't call it antibiotic free, even though that's all out of their body within 40 days or so. And then there was a time that was a pretty big financial. Now, like you said,
Huh.
It's the market finds its place. Enough people start doing it, and then pretty soon it balances out.
Definitely.
But whatever people want, and that's the one thing I always tell people. I'm not a big just the grass fed. I get why people. It is a little. It almost a little stronger flavor, maybe. Almost a little. You know how like game has like that little more strength in the taste. So I don't like it, but I've never been the type. Oh, you're doing it wrong.
To each their own, right?
Whatever somebody's doing, and if they're surviving in the business doing it, then they're doing it right, as far as I'm concerned.
True that.
I've seen a lot of people come charging in. I've seen a lot of exits, and I'm still here.
Right. He's like, I'm still pushing my cows out.
My biggest thing has always been that you don't want to live. You can't do it the way Grandpa used to do it. But at the same time, you don't want to jump on every bandwagon that comes down the pike, because a lot of those burn out real.
Like flash in the pan.
They are very. Yeah,
Gotcha.
I mean, you know.
That quick, get rich quick.
They are, and what happens
is
is people always point to the two guys. Look at so and so, but what they don't understand is there was 100 people did it, and 98 lost their ass, and it all went to those. This cryptocurrency and some of that where it's
right,
you know,
kind of, yeah, I guess,
you know where you got in and a lot of people talk a big game like they knew everything they were doing. Some people got lucky and some people made bad choices.
True that. Some people lost the farm literally, right?
And some people did know, or at least gathered information, but yeah, because that you never can make a huge difference in your whole life then.
Yeah, and in your children's life for that matter.
Yeah. I mean, there's
a lot of
when I was young.
Impact.
When I was young, I was a gung ho. I got the biggest loan I could get. I was a huge gambler. I was in the Columbia Basin. I was probably one of the wealthiest 21-year-olds that ever was. I was damn sure the either first or second brokest 23-year-old there I was. That's how fast my life changed back then. And that is no shit. We had a year in potatoes mostly that we just got gutted. And I mean, I went from just thinking I was the baddest ass fucker west of the Mississippi to now I was completely broke. I mean, I had I had more debts and I was out of assets.
Oh man.
But it taught some good lessons. And now I'm at the point where sometimes I see something that looks like a real opportunity, but kind of that, how much do I want to bet? You know? I don't go all in anymore.
Right. Yeah.
There's a little pile's gonna stay there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. You probably have a lot of dang cool stories to tell for sure. Sounds amazing. I would definitely get on that quickly. That sounds like an amazing idea.
Yeah, because that's one thing I've thought about too, is just some of the old just life stories, shit that, because everybody's different. And my thing is, I've never been even shit that's like bad or embarrassing, but it happened. Other people know it happened. I'm not afraid to, you know.
Exactly. We all can learn from our embarrassments, that's for sure.
One of the best cattle money-making deals I ever made was made in the Acropolis strip club.
Oh, really?
I was like 35, and there was a kid in there that was like 22. They were in there for his bachelor party, him and like 6 of his buddies. And we were paying for some strippers to strip for him. And I got to talking to him, and his dad was a big cattle rancher down in southern Lakeview, Oregon, down Klamath Falls way. And we got to talking, and he said, my dad's selling some of these type and age of cows. I'm like, really? And what he told me, I'm like, this kid's drunk. There's no way. Threw that kid in a deal was made, and one of the best deals I ever made. And I was like, man, if it could always work like that. If we could do all our business in the Acropolis, that'd be awesome.
That's amazing. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Well, I think I'm going to get ready to get rolling.
All right, we'll get your
We both
stuff
got a
over.
long haul, I think.
Yeah.
It was freaking amazing to meet you. That's for sure. Yes, that's right, boys. It's the Daily Cowman.
Yeah, that's one thing. My thing's the same. It started out, I had a blog.
Mm-hmm.
And I said I was going to blog daily.
Ah.
And for a year, the first year, I think I did almost like 180 blogs in a year. And then it just got to be like, God, this is a pain every day.
Right.
What I used to do is I used to run around with a yellow legal pad and just write shit from the day. And then at the end of the day, kind of condensed it into a blog.
Okay.
Well, when Twitter came along, I started those same things I used to write and condense. I would just tweet them when they happened. So at the end of the day, I'm like, I've already told all those little mini stories. I'm not going to sit here and stay up half the night trying to... we got crab pot.
Crab pot, crawfish pot, we got everything.
That's
For whenever we gotta get down and have some fun.
oh, the Halem, the jetty fishery.
Halem?
Oregon.
Uh-huh.
There used to be a group of us. We went down there at least once or twice a summer, and we'd do one day of charter fishing out of Garibaldi, a couple days of crabbing there. In
Oh,
the
right,
bay,
right.
And a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, we'll drive safe.
I will. You did the same. I do appreciate you.
You're welcome. Are you still on?
Oh, yeah.
Just, you guys are the best. I've been to a lot of places on YouTube. This chat, end to end, is you guys are great people. I mean, there's a lot of humor, a lot of good-heartedness, and it's nice to meet everybody. And we'll see you tonight. Hopefully, there's some head breaking, and we'll see something fun.
Appreciate you.
All right,
man.
thanks, Andy.
You
Drive
have a
safe.
have a blessed day.
Okay, see you guys later.
Wow, great stuff is right. Holy smokes, guys. We're gonna we're gonna walk down here. Let's go down here real quick. There's like a thing real quick. I'm gonna show you guys the water, and then we're gonna get out of here. Look at this thing. There's like a spout. Yep, that's the Daily Cow, man. Let's get the heck out of here. We got a 2-hour drive ahead of us. Dude, they're so nice. He's a very good fella. It's amazing how many amazing, nice people I've met through all this. We got so much freaking beef, it's insane, bros. We got a lot of beef. We have a full freezer. I gotta just rearrange them. We gotta give VPDX, aka Chuckbot, one of the briskets. Hell yeah. Come to Wild Horse Casino. How far am I? I went to the casino earlier this week. I shouldn't do that again. I shouldn't go to the casino twice in a week, actually. I shouldn't go to the casino twice in a week. $50 miles east. Oh, yeah. Not this trip. Not this trip. This is a nice, Arlington's a nice little place. I'll show you guys the Indian thing real quick. Hold up. People fishing everywhere. I like this little town. Arlington, Oregon, guys. Arlington, Oregon. Look it up. He said there's like one hotel. It's packed a lot in the summertime, but here it is. Let's go look at this Indian thing. All right. This is a local ancient Indian grinding rock. They grind dried berries and roots. Look at that. Oh, we didn't take a big old. We should take a picture of us somewhere. Oh, shucks. I didn't take a picture. I should have brought my other phone. I look like Sean Penn in these glasses? Yeah, good. All right, sounds good. I'll make sure I tell Lingling that she bought them for me. Lingling spoils me with the sunglasses. That was an amazing trip, dude. Daily Cowman is freaking good peoples. He's a good peoples. Interesting, too. Yeah, that was a lot of grinding, huh? The fountain, I don't want to walk on the dock, truthfully. I'm gonna come back here one day, I think. Yo, he drove over 2 hours just to meet me here. What the heck? That guy's very, very nice. Wow. It's very nice. What a blessing. Romeo, how do I get east from here? Oh, east. Oh, I gotta turn around. No, I want to go west. I want to go west. Oh, I want to go west. Yeah, I want to go west. Fuck east. You tell from me? Oh, you must live right next to him, bro. You must live right next to the Daily Cowman. He's probably your neighbor, like literally. What happened? How's Detroit doing, guys? Is Detroit super fucked? Cowman, go to his Twitter if you guys want to look at his Twitter. He has a shit ton of followers. I was watching his Twitter earlier this morning. I was looking at some very interesting stuff he posts. We learned about wheat today. Oh, I learned about wheat. I don't know if you guys were able to hear too much or if you guys already knew that stuff, but Detroit's warming up. What time is it? It's 7 p.m. there. All right. Yeah, the meat's frozen. It's in a cooler and it has ice packs. The meat'll be good. 41 degrees right here. Oh shit. A real life cow. He is a real life cowboy. You're right about that, huh? I should have showed you guys his boots. He is a great American. I agree. He's an all beef American, dude. I mean, you can't get much about that. He knows about wheat. I mean, you can't get much more American than that. Wheat and beef, dude. 16%, all beef. I wasn't expecting all the freaking generosity he hooked up. That's amazing. I can't wait till V cooks her freaking brisket, dude. We gotta like have a meetup or something. I gotta figure something out. It's a lot of brisket. I gotta share it with some people. I got a few different cuts of meat. My phone's gonna overheat in like 10 minutes. Sorry guys, I gotta put you down here for a little bit. This phone's way too hot. It's gonna melt. If it melts, I gotta end my stream. I don't want to end my stream. It's fine if I do. Cook the tri-tip. Oh, all that stuff will be cooked. The brisket next week. The tri-tip maybe I'll do next week. I don't know. I got a lot of meat to cook, dude. I got a lot of meat in my freezer. I got a lot of amazing meat. Yeah, we can charge now though. We just gotta stay down there. I ate the hot dogs yesterday. The bison hot dogs. Yeah, I ate one. I got like I think 3 more or 4 more left. They were good. They are good. Bison, and I got a bison steak to eat too. I was surprised how. Oh, I should have asked him about bison. I guess I can ask him in the chat. I wonder if he's ever put bison instead of buck. It was crazy. They had monster fish in there, dude. Freaking sturgeon, the size of boats. Salmon, they're just so massive in there. You couldn't imagine. And it was like, it was an untamed river back then. It wasn't all dammed up. Like, it was untamed. Like, this bitch was like killing people. Alright. Sorry, I gotta put you back down here. Phone's overheating. Phone's overheating really bad. Smuggling meats? Smuggling meats. They came from across the river, dude. They came across state lines at me. Don't tell nobody. You know how I knew he was a real cowboy? He had the chew. He had the chew next to him. He was probably chewing the whole time, just never spit. That's what kind of cowboy he was. Later, Jonathan. Was it Copenhagen or Ska? I don't know. Let me think. I believe it was Copenhagen. Red box. I don't know what the fuck that means. I think that's what it was. Very cool of them. Yeah, the major. Dude, that's what I'm saying. It's like so many people have. When I'm not quite like, it's like you can't live way for me to put it. It's like there's been so many cool people. I'm wearing a mask. I invented the first see-through mask ever. Harold, I'm going to be a rich entrepreneur. As opposed to a poor entrepreneur. One thing I will say, these Samsung phones are able to cool down rather fast without having any fans. Blunt? No, I would never blaze a blunt. This is CBD. Yeah, CBD, that's what it is. I wear my mask in my car. I have all the medical conditions. The nicest Americans on the way. Diseases, that's right. I'm showing real deal America, baby. They're all quarantining. They had a damn rodeo on the 4th of July in the whole dang county. They ain't worried about quarantining for me, Harold. Maybe you missed that conversation, sir. Airport. Dude, I swear to goodness, I think I'm the best. I think my chat has fed me better than, I would say, hands down, any live streamer that I've ever seen ever. And I believe, I mean, I could be wrong on this, but I believe that my chat has fed me better than any live streamer ever, hands down. Hands down. And I would love to find one live streamer who has had this experience, because holy smokes, am I tickled. I have the best dang chat in the whole world. Hands down. Hands down. From treat streams to freaking all beef, man. It's crazy. I get to experience something I've never had before. I'm going really slow, I better speed it up. Modern day adventurers. Quite the view, isn't it? I don't give a dang, dog. If you're coming through the Oregon Trail and you're seeing some shit like this, you gotta be like, oh, hell no, what did we get ourselves into? Pa! Ma! Where are we going? Pa! It don't look like Kansas anymore, Pa. Pa, keep going. It's right around this corner, Pa. Oh, Pa, you got a long ways to go. I don't think it's ending anytime soon. We just gotta get over that hill before winter. We're getting hot. and give you as much views as I can, but my phone's about to explode. I can't let my phone explode. I need this shit. I don't like. Damn, that's a cool illusionary. I wonder what would happen if I switched to this, the microphone on this thing. It's probably a shitty microphone. Heading on the highway, yeah. Looking for adventure, yeah. Dude, that dam is awesome. Cop got shot today? Oh no. What city? Can't see. I better pay attention to the road. Freaking melting over here, dude. It's so hot. No AC. Oh my gosh. Well, let me try and see if this AC works. Come on, baby. What's up, Chucker? I am Eastern Oregon, I guess. I just left. I'm in Goldendale. Headed west. Snack sound again. Oh, I have a chocolate sucker from Starbucks, a chocolate cake pop. Oh, it's all melted. Oh, it's all melted. Oh, damn it. My chocolate cake pop is, dude, I'm not gonna pull it out. It's gonna make a huge mess. Yeah, F in the chat, my chocolate cake pop is done. Gosh darn it. I don't think my AC is working at all. I have it turned on. But I feel it blowing air at me, but it's not feeling like it's cold at all. I'm actually gonna get one of those damn Freon things from the. I'll get one tomorrow or today. This is too much. I'm about to die. I'm about to pass out from heat exhaustion. Dude, you guys are still here? Yo, that's amazing. That disconnect protection is pretty badass, dude. Even though most people left, it's pretty badass that it's still here. The fucking VOD is still here. What in the fuck? That is crazy. Dude, that's so much better than before. Before, it would just end the stream. Bro, that's sick. It kept everything going. The chat kept here. That's amazing. That's so good. That's so cool. What up? I'm glad. It feels good. Yeah. It's nice getting out on the freeway. Yeah, my phone totally melted. Exactly. That's what happened. Yeah, Detroit shooting justified. I heard they're tearing shit up right now, getting crazy. They said, when I heard the news, they said they're gonna burn down the city. That's what the people said. They said we're burning down the city. That's what they said. That's all they said. Yeah, I don't know. I've never been to Detroit. I really like to go. but I think they were trying to rebuild a lot of it. Actually, I heard that there's a whole large Muslim community that actually moved in, and that's putting a lot of money into their neighborhoods to try and build them up. But I don't know if that's true or not, and I don't know if they're going to be affected or not. But they probably just mean like the police stations and whatnot. I don't know. Yeah, go out and enjoy it. I agree. 1 million. It's like 90 degrees here. When I get back to Portland, it's going to be a little bit cooler. I can't wait. You can probably just look it up. Muslims buying property, Detroit. Or Muslim neighborhoods, Detroit. What else are keywords in Google that would make it pop? Because they were like really, really inexpensive areas, and so that's what I heard years ago. I don't know if it was like 6 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago. I heard that from a credible source. Good day. Why was the New Hampshire rally canceled? No way. Are you serious? Wow. Oh well. We're headed back home, baby. We just came from Eastern Oregon. Climate change, no! We have great weather. Shout out to climate change. It's windy as heck over here in the gorge. If my AC would have worked, it wouldn't be a problem. This is my perfect spot for y'all. My other phone, the camera was way up higher, so it got more in my face, but it's good enough, right? A guy shot an officer and got blasted off to Mars. What? What are you talking about? I don't mean to laugh, but the way that the sentence read funny. Okay, I'm not laughing at any type of situation, but that sentence just read really funny. Blasted off to Mars, by the way. Oh, that's the one they're riding over. Oh yeah, he had like what, 30-something shots at him or something? Hit 12 times. They Swiss cheesed him or something. Is that what happened? 4 cops, 38 shots, 12 hit. How are you that bad of a shot? My numbers could be way off, but there's a huge mountain right here I want to show you guys, but I'm not going to because fuck you. Alright, I'll show you guys. Give me a second. Now if you can see it on the right hand side, there's a big ass mountain. I know it's shitty quality, so I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's there. Yeah. It's the bad quality, you can't see it anyways, yeah. Oh, well, just pretend it was there. And be like, man, that shit's so beautiful, PortlandAndy. Thank you so much. Mount Rainier, because it's in Washington, right? There's a big ass dam right here. Oh, it could be the backside of it. Wait, I didn't. No. I don't know. I think it's Rainier. I'm coming back from 84. I'm at the Dalles. I'm at the Dalles. It's to the right of me. You guys know. You guys know what mountain it is. I'm at the Dalles, looking to the right. Thank you. Has a big ass top to it. Headed home. We've been out for like 3, 4, 5 hours, 4 hours. Hungry again. I'm not going to Dallas for food though. I remember what happened last time. Oh wait, that was Hood River. Nah, fuck that Dallas. What if the Dallas had like some sweet ass huge protest right now? I'd be like, yo, what up? The portal. For a boat lunch. They're trying to make money off Bigfoot out here, dude. On the what again? What do on the what again? Put my hand outside real quick. Oh yeah. My back's kind of sweaty. Detroit's going down, I knew it. I said 1, 2, 3, most effective quality. We're getting back to the green, baby. Look at, look. Oh my God. We're getting closer to home. The greenery, baby. Isn't it crazy how it just comes on out of nowhere? nice. That's right. I'm sweating. Area 51's probably a lot hotter than this. I don't know about all that. I'm going west. Whoa. Bucket the line. Out of control. Refresh. Refresh for what, Pamela? Pamela's the best. I like Pamela. She's awesome. Direction, we're going west, baby. West side. I have an earpiece that tells me everything you guys are saying. I'm not distracted at all. I'm cruising down the street in 9564. Been jucking the bitches and slapping the. You know how it goes. I can feel it. I haven't drove this far for a long time. Yeah, I'm headed home, exactly. You know. Then we gotta figure out the rest of our night. Can someone check and see how long the stream has been going for? Did it split in two pieces or only one piece? Please and thank you. Hours? Okay. So it's split up in two pieces. Why do you think I need so much brisket, dude, for my harem? My harem lives off brisket. All the girls love a good brisket. Ain't that right, ladies? Ain't that right, ladies? I need some more coffee? That sounds damn good, actually. angle would be nice right now. Reddit's exposed? Wait, other people own property on Epstein Island? What the hell? If I get one of those cans for my air conditioner and I pump it up inside my air conditioner, will that fix my air conditioner or not? Or is it just a temporary fix? Temporary? Yeah, it's freaking hot as heck, man. I'm uncomfortable. I don't know, my AC just don't work no more. And I got a can last year and it seemed to work, but then it didn't, or 2 years ago maybe, I don't know. And then it didn't work, so I don't know if I did it wrong or if it's just a run out, like a temporary fixed it, or if I just, you know what I mean, or if I just go get a real fix. I'll just get another can, I think. It might be the better idea. What's the difference between a can and then taking it into a place? Is the amount of gas they put into it? Nothing. Yeah, Reddit's fucking Reddited. Alright, I'll get a can. Think I should get it now or later? Well, I mean, I should go buy a can right now, huh? I can just plug it in right now. Alright, let me see if I can find a city. I'm like in the middle of the woods. Travel stop. A travel stop? Will they have it? They might have it. It might be overpriced though. What's up, Ghost Man? damn meter. It was pretty easy last time. I remember how to do it. Walmart. Oh, hell no, Walmart. It's killing me. Hell yeah, Pamela, I appreciate you're the way to go. Keep it up. Heck yeah. Really, Joe? Dang it. You wanted to protest in your neighborhood? You should start protesting, Joe. White silence is violence, Joe. Black Lives Matter. Get your ass out there and start protesting. Joe, we need you to burn down the station ASAP. Defund Detroit PD 50% at least. We're learning. Together, Joe. Holy smokes, I'm thirsty. You got some small dick energy over there, Eddie. You got some small dick energy, Eddie. Everyone knows my chat got the biggest wangs in the whole world. We need some of that big dick energy. Wang gang. Oh my god, it's so bright without these things on. Bro, that's like ultra bright. Gotta put it back on. What big bridge? Fuck cancer, bro. I passed you earlier. Actually, you passed me earlier, but then somehow I got ahead of you. Where the hell's the Bridge of the Gods at? What? Isn't that in Astoria? Pretty. I filled it right before we left, and I should be a whole tank, I think. Got a new appreciation of a different lifestyle. I learned a lot today, actually. Pretty interesting. That's a nice one. Man, that thing's sweet. It's a new one. Alright, I'll show you what I'm looking at. It's nothing. We're headed west. Back. Feels great. How many backup smokers? That's all she wrote, boys. Amazingly fun, that Polaris. Multnomah County, baby. Yeah. Oh, it feels good. get us, I'm freaking dying.